talking about breathing while bracing your abdomen. So when it comes to core exercises, the goal is your abdomen, your entire abdominal wall is bracing to stabilize your spine, protect your spine, manage the pressure in your system. Okay, so it's a pressure system, so we want the right amount of pressure, meaning when we hold our breath, we tend to bear down, and then we can put too much pressure down on the pelvic floor. So what I often see is people don't really know how to brace their abs and keep breathing, and that's what we want when we're doing core exercises. So basically, I'm going to demonstrate here. So a good place to practice this is just on your back to start. That's easy, an easy place to practice. So when we inhale and exhale, we're getting that good 360 diaphragmatic breath. When we inhale, ribcage expands, pelvic floor relaxes. Think of everything coming kind of out and then expanding down or into the pelvic floor. Then when we when we exhale, that's when the muscular contraction or activation piece comes in. So that's where everything kind of comes up and in, okay? So you can think of lifting the pelvic floor, bracing your abdomen, drawing your hip bones together to get those deep abdominals, and your abdomen tightens, okay? So everything is firm. That is what happens on the exhale. Then when we want to breathe while bracing, we want to hold that tension, but then we want to maintain or continue to inhale and exhale. So we're breathing while bracing your abdomen. So I'll just kind of demonstrate a couple reps here of what I'm just going to do is the simple kind of dead bug march here. Okay, so just practicing bracing my abs while breathing. Okay, inhale through my nose to set myself up. Exhale from the bottom up, and I'm holding that. I feel the tension in my abs. So while I was breathing, I was maintaining that tension in my abdominals. So my inhale and exhale maybe wasn't as like a full deep inhale and exhale because I had tension. So when I have tension in my abs, and then when I'm inhaling and exhaling on top of holding that tension, you're not going to get quite as much movement and diaphragm expansion and just rib cage expansion as you would if you weren't holding that tension there. So, but the goal is you're bracing and keeping your abs tight, and then you're maintaining a good regular deep breathing pattern. So inhaling and exhaling to manage the pressure in that system as you're moving through a movement. So this can be this simple, march. This can be when holding a side plank. Okay, so I'll come up into this modified side plank here. My abdomen is tightened here. Okay, I'm working my obliques, but my entire abdominal wall is working to stabilize my spine, my core. In this position, my abs, have tension. They're being braced, and then I'm inhaling, exhaling, while there's still tension in my abs. Same goes for a front plank. Okay, same thing here. There's tension on my abs. Inhale, exhale. Okay. So we're breathing while bracing our abs. It's a good way to manage the pressure in your core system. So especially we want to consider this when it comes to diastasis or experiencing any doming or bulging along your midline. In exercises, no matter what exercise it is, make sure that you're breathing while bracing your abdomen. So a lot of times I'll find people just naturally fall into either more of a shallow breathing pattern when they're bracing their abdomen during an exercise, or they're holding their breath and they're not breathing through it. So we need that good exhale to manage the pressure so that it doesn't go out and bulge along your abdomen or down on the pelvic floor. So make sure you're breathing, make sure you're getting a good exhale, And with that, a good inhale sets you up for a good exhale. So make sure your rib cage is moving. If it's not, I have tons of videos going over more breathing strategies and rib mobility to get your rib cage and your back and everything moving like it should so that you can properly strengthen your core.